everybody. Good morning. Thank you all for joining us quite early today. I know we have an early start here, but I do appreciate it. And there is coffee, so feel free to partake in that. So I am Jennifer Evans. I work in Extension Forestry at North Carolina State University. I also work as the coordinator for the Southeast Regional Partnership for Planning and Sustainability Prescribed Fire Work Group. I wanted to thank all of you for coming who are in the room today. Thank you for those of you who are joining on the line as well. You are all invited to play a part in this meeting because of either your experience with prescribed fire, your experience with communications, or your work with private landowners, or maybe for some of you, all of the above. So thank all of us in the room because we do have a background in some sort of wildfire. We all know the importance of fire, and we all know the need of more of it throughout the Southeast, so I don't think any of us have a question about any of that. But we felt that there was a need for this particular meeting because over 80% of the southern forests are owned by private companies or non-industrial private forest owners. And many of these privately owned lands are lands that need to be maintained by fire. So with the majority of the lands in the Southeast being privately owned, we wanted there to be some discussion around how can we have more effective, coordinated communications within the fire community to ultimately increase the use of prescribed burning on private land. So during today's meeting, we have a great line of speakers and panelists, and you're going to hear about some of the trends in prescribed fire on private land, some of the impediments to burning that have been reported. It's important to identify these impediments restricting fire because hopefully from this meeting we can work together to put together some suggestions on how to overcome some of those barriers. You're also going to hear from two panels of speakers who've had experience working on prescribed fire projects either at the local level or a larger programmatic level, and we're going to have the opportunity to ask them some questions about their work. Then you're also going to hear about how cooperative extension could potentially play a role in your efforts. So part of the purpose of this meeting is to bring together a diverse group and to share each other's successes with one another, hopefully some lessons learned so that we can avoid duplicating things that maybe don't work so well. Many of you are already doing great work throughout the region in various forms of communication and outreach. And so we're hoping that we can all just share information with one another, leave this meeting with a better understanding of what efforts are currently occurring around the region already, what materials and resources might already be available that we don't know about. And we're also hoping that by the end of the meeting, we can collectively develop a list of best practices to communicate with landowners about prescribed fire. So with that, I know there's many different types of ecosystems throughout the Southeast that are maintained by fire, just one of the many being longleaf pine. So, and a majority of that actually is privately owned. The Longleaf Partnership Council helped to kind of develop the idea for a summit like this last year, and so now I'd actually like to introduce Kevin McIntyre, who is the current chair of the Longleaf Partnership Council.